Mandy's home and camping cooking.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time, I know, but I thought I'd take the chance and show something that I've been cooking for a while. It's not my invention. The recipe came to me from a lovely lady that was working in the same factory as me in Scotland, making food for Marks and Spencer's, would you believe? She was the food officer, the food tech officer. And she came up with this wonderful recipe, which unfortunately they weren't able to use at the time, but she told me of it because she knows I like to cook, and I've been cooking it ever since. And recently, well, in the recent years, I've had the absolute privilege and pleasure of cooking this very dish for the one and only Mr. Terry Waite. So I'm going to show you what I did and how I made it. You start off with chicken breasts. They need to be decent ones because you're going to cut there and make an incision so that you've got a cavity within the chicken breast. So they need to be good ones. Next thing you need stilton, apricots, baby spinach and breadcrumbs. These look a bit chunky because they are from homemade bread, which is even better. The first job is to cut through the thickest part of the chicken breast, taking extra care, especially for me because I do tend to be quite accident prone. I just do it a little bit at a time, have a look, and then a little bit more and have a look. And the idea is to open out a nice decent sized cavity so that you can get the filling in. And actually I think we're about there. Yeah, we're there. So you've got a cavity like that, look. Actually, I've got one small correction to make on my introduction. It isn't Mr. Terry Waite, it's actually Sir Terry Waite. I do apologise. I'm sure he won't mind. He's such a lovely, lovely, kind and gentle man. Anyway, back to the chicken. This spinach is baby leaf and it's already been washed. What you have to do is very carefully line the cavity of each one. I take off the stalks. Not that you can't eat them, it's just that they get in the way and they make it more difficult to line the cavity. There we are. It's never going to be 100% perfect. It's such a fiddly dish, but it's well worth it for the taste. And it looks impressive. Well, I think it does anyway. It's not the kind of thing that you could do if you were camping, I don't think. Or maybe you could, I don't know. Now there's a thought, I might try it. I might try it on my forthcoming camping trip. We'll see. Just got this last one to do. And I say it's not difficult. It's not a difficult dish. It's just fiddly and you need a little bit of patience. The chicken breasts have now been lined, and the next thing that you do is take a good quality stilton. As with most recipes, the key to getting good flavour is to use good ingredients. There we are. Just crumble this up. It's not long out of the fridge, this one, which is just as well. Try and crumble it soon after you get it out of the fridge, otherwise it does become soft and less manageable. That should be enough for now. So the next job is to put some of the Stilton inside there like that, and then some of these are actually tinned apricots, and you do need tinned apricots because you need the juice, not in syrup, absolutely not in syrup, just in the natural juice, because you use the juice later on to make a lovely Stilton and apricot jus, or sauce for those that are not too chefy. There we are. Have a little more in there. And that's about it. And for the next stage, I need to choose a leaf, and we'll just cover the top bit like that. Told you it was fiddly. And the trickiest bit of all is coming up next, because now you've got that cavity that needs to be sealed, and I do that with cocktail sticks. Obviously then you're going to need to warn your guests that they're in there, so remember to count how many you use. There. And then you stitch together. I can't guarantee I'll get this right first time because it's fiddly. Oh, we've had a malfunction, look at that. There's one. I could possibly get away with that, but I'm not going to, because I don't want the Stilton cheese to start to seep out. I think I'll go from that angle this time, just to get that last one, that last bit done. And there we go. And you do all of the others exactly the same. The next thing I need to do is to crack an egg. One might be enough, it might not be. That should do. And I need some flour. Not much. Season it with some salt and pepper. I'll just mix that up a little bit. Now, and here we go. I think first of all we will go into the egg and into the flour. And back into the egg and into the breadcrumbs. And we'll get a good old turnaround. The idea is to get as much of... I've got dogs barking. Tilly! The idea is to get as much of the chicken covered with breadcrumbs as you possibly can, but to not overdo it. Now some of it hasn't covered, so what I'm going to do is dip that back in and straight to the breadcrumbs. There you are. And that's it, it's ready to go in the oven. Well, I've done it. There they are, all three, ready to go in the oven. What I will do for now is put them in the fridge, and then when they go in the oven, they go in a fan oven 160, in a conventional oven I'd say 180, but you've got to kind of gauge it, you know your own oven. And I put mine in 160 for about 40 minutes, but check them after half an hour and just see. And obviously when the juices are running clear, then you know they're done. There we are. Meanwhile, we make the sauce, or jus if you want to be posh. That's why I didn't get rid of the rest of the Stilton. You crumble that into a pan. You can use a saucepan. I prefer a frying pan or a skillet because the cheese melts quicker and it's more even. There we are, nothing is wasted. Get all of those bits in as well. My first task is to melt this. This could take a while. You can see that the cheese is beginning to melt. I have got this on quite a high heat at the moment. It's not something that you want to leave. I'll just keep moving it around. Got a little bit of a sizzle going on there. I'll turn the heating down, temperature down a little. That's what we're after. That's what we want. The smell is fabulous. Or should I say aroma? Okay, that should be enough. Now, the reason why I said get tinned apricots in juice, not syrup, is because you don't want this sauce to be too sickly. So now you start to add your syrup. Oh,
your juice.
Your juice. There we are. Just a little at a time, although there's not much chance of this splitting. She said, hopefully. There. Okay, and the next thing, the remaining chopped apricots. And all you do is warm that through, and yes, it is a little bit fluid. It's not a thick sauce. It's not intended to be a thick sauce. I won't add any flour or anything to thicken that at all. It'll stay as it is to keep the flavours pure. I sound like a chef, don't I? Get me.
Okay.
That's it. I want to turn the heat off now and leave it alone. It will thicken and it will solidify because it's cheese. And all you need to do then is just warm that up just before serving. Sauce is all reheated, and it is a runny one. It's meant to be a runny one. There we are. And pop that on the plate like that, and then sit that on top. And then when you cut through, there, you've got the spinach and the cheese oozing out. Okay, 2 cocktail sticks. Job done.
Thanks for watching. Please click the like button and subscribe to my channel to see more cooking ideas, both at home and on the campsite.